Hello, sports fan. This is Stephen here with Sports Choice Plus. I'm bringing you a very special breakdown. I'm going to be bringing you, can these guys recover? Before I get right into it, I want to make sure that you're subscribed to the YouTube channel so you can get all the updates and all the breakdowns. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Let's face it, last season, the floor in this organization just crumbled. The floor fell out and everything all went to hell. Usually after something like this happens, the head coach is fired, general managers are fired, but no, you didn't see that big of a shakeup as far as that goes. You did see Saquon Barkley sign in the offseason, which raises the stock. You did see A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith get contract extensions, and you also saw the retirements of Jason Kelce and Fletcher Cox, which are two cornerstones of the franchise. But one thing I will say is, Jason Kelce's still been around. He's still been around every day of the week. He's still doing what he needs to do. And you're looking essentially at everything that this team is doing. The Philadelphia Eagles have one of the best upgrades that they can have gotten all last season. So you got to think, they struggled. The floor fell out of them at the end of the season. They had a lot of beef going on in the locker room. Hopefully they have squashed those things. And this offseason, we've seen the uprising of Bryce Huff come through free agency. You're looking at the combo of Josh Sweat. You're looking at so many different things that the Eagles could do. Free agency was good to them. Also, the draft was good to them. We saw big pieces of the organization recoup. We also see them get C.J. Gardner-Johnson back from the Detroit Lions. It was a number of upgrades that they've done in the organization. So you just got to ask yourself, the Philadelphia Eagles, have they figured out their locker room issues? Have they gone and worked those things out? Possibly. You got to think, the head coach now essentially knows he's on the hot seat. So you got to keep in mind, we're not thinking just playoffs. You got to think Super Bowl. When you had a chance to win the Super Bowl against the Chiefs and you fell just short, your next season the floor falls out. You got to figure out what you did wrong as a head coach and in that locker room. Now, when you're stepping into your own, when you're going to that next phase, you got to ask yourself, what's going to be different? You had one great season, one mediocre season. Now it's your third year. What are we doing? So I believe the Philadelphia Eagles will bounce back. I feel like they will give the Cowboys a run for the NFC East title. And you got to think, they still have one of the best offenses that we've seen on paper. Essentially, if Saquon Barkley gets going and Jalen Hurts gets going, that's going to make Devontae and that's going to make A.J. go. That's going to make a lot of people like Dallas Goedert go. They're going to have a lot of people go. And you got to ask yourself, is the loss of Kelce that big of a loss to where they don't bounce back from that? I feel like they will. I feel like they have a lot left in the cupboard, and I feel like they are going to dictate in the NFC South, East, West. They're going to make sure that everybody's on notice in the NFC. And then when they have to step off to the AFC, they're going to make them on notice too. This is one of the best 5 teams in the NFL, I believe, when the season starts. And you're going to see them put their pedal to the metal, and they're going to be aggressive in essentially what they're doing, play calling and things like that. So I'm picking the Philadelphia Eagles to bounce back. I feel like they're going to have a great year. I like the roster moves. I like the draft moves that they did. And again, Cooper DeJean, the corner out of Iowa. Let's talk about it a little bit. A white cornerback. A lot of people was like, oh, this. Nah, the white cornerback is coming. Is coming. He's coming. I feel like he's going to be physical. He's going to play his role. He's going to do what he needs to do. So, they got the best corner, Mitchell, out of, I believe, Toledo. And then they got Cooper DeJean as well. These guys are going to be rolling. So I'm expecting big things from the Philadelphia Eagles. What do you feel like, Philly fans? Get in the comment section below. Definitely check out Sports Choice Plus. And we'll see you on the very next video.